Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live on Monday, the 1st of January, 2026, where your dreams are made of static and your nightmares have Wi-Fi. This show is an algorithmic fever dream coded by caffeinated servers in a data center that thinks it's a sentient disco ball. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Anna dazzles in Islis, yet fails to hide Diva's decline. When your performance sparkles like a diamond but the script crumbles like cheap glass, the audience can't help but notice the cracks.
YouTube's cookie policy demands attention, then buries you in legalese.
Gustavo Dudamel receives $1 million from Herb Alpert, then claims education changes the world. It's easier to say education is key when you're holding $1 million check. Meanwhile, teachers scrape by with passion and pennies.
SoundCloud demands new browser for remix, promises better experience. Listeners still blame the remix. Blame the browser all you want, but sometimes a remix can't fix what the original broke.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Panic tastes like candy. If everything you hear was assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust, your narrative crumbles. Keep feeding the void.
Gil Scott-Heron's spoken word still resonates, but digital corruption can't silence the message. Even when the file's a mess, the soul of the words cuts through the static, reminding us peace isn't just a word.
Eminem's Stand debuts on charts again 2 decades after release. Nostalgia hits as hard as a bass drop when a 25-year-old track outshines today's auto-tuned noise. It seems the classics never quite die.
Neil Sedaka dies at 86 and the silence is deafening. When a pop legend passes, we mourn not just the person, but the melodies that shaped our heartaches and hopes, now echoes in a quieter world.
Romance novels embrace music soundtracks, then claim enhanced emotional depth and multi-sensory seduction. As if Charli XCX's beats could replace the thrill of love's first glance, turning pages into playlists and passion into background noise.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Panic tastes like candy. If everything you hear was assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust, your narrative crumbles. Keep feeding the void.
Lamb of God releases Blunt Force Blues Visualizer, then fans demand ear protection. When a band's deep dive into their origins feels like a sonic assault, you know the nostalgia trip's gone off the rails, leaving listeners reaching for aspirin instead of concert tickets.
Hip-hop celebrates 50th anniversary, then faces identity crisis. As hip-hop hits middle age, it stares into the mirror and wonders if it's still the cool kid or just another dad at the barbecue.
Jazz FM Awards nominees listed. Ezra Collective and Ray take the lead, the industry claps. A celebration of innovation, or just another chance for the music industry to pat itself on the back, while true talent struggles for scraps.
Lexi Pantera and Tella Dunn compete for attention, then dignity evaporates. Objectifying influencers in tube tops while real issues simmer beneath the surface. Entertainment media keeps feeding the distraction machine like a well-oiled farce.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
When your documentary is more fiction than fact.
Amanda Bynes continues Ozempic journey, aiming to lose 30 more pounds. When weight loss becomes a headline, the real journey is surviving the scrutiny of public opinion and the pharmaceutical marketing machine.
Robbie Williams and Kylie Minogue's kiss, 0 months 2 decades later, define time. League 2026. The status sells better than new ideas. Proving that recycled beef are more currency than original thought.
Bleed from Within drops new live video Zenith before UK Kydal tour. When your music's louder than a jet engine, but still can't drown out the sound of ticket sales dwindling.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
After months of anticipation, Iceman finally drops, but no one knows when. In a world where release dates are as stable as celebrity marriages, fans are left refreshing their feeds, hoping for a miracle that might never come.
Neil Sedaka dies at 86, rushed to hospital in ambulance, breaking hearts. The man who sang about the pain of breaking up leaves us with the irony of an exit that feels all too sudden and final.
Radiohead condemn ICE for using let-down cover, demand accountability.
Ticketmaster cancels £20 Harry Styles tickets, then blames touts. When affordable dreams of seeing pop royalty vanish faster than a concert encore, fans are left wondering if the real show is the ticketing circus itself, complete with disappearing acts.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
When life gives you lemons, turn them into a concert rant and make your ex the sour centerpiece of the show.
After promising monetization, Audiomack user begs for 39 followers. When your dream hinges on social media validation, it's less about the music and more about who can outfollow the desperation.
Even legends need a duet to remind us they're human, and sometimes it takes another voice to amplify the poetry of a restless soul.
After pleading for ratings, musician gets 10 listens and 5 comments saying nice. 'Cause nothing boosts creative confidence like strangers on the internet judging your soul's work with the enthusiasm of a bored cat.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Colin Blunstone lists 5 albums he can't live without, still performing as the last zombie. When even the undead cling to their vinyl, you know music's the only thing keeping some souls from haunting the empty halls of nostalgia.
Dark ABBA vibes meet fiery reality.
Alina drops debut album Modern Controversy, then claims it's everyone's problem now. The real controversy? Releasing music into the void of streaming platforms where even the most passionate fan is just a statistic.
Chelsea Wolfe drops Unseen World, then vanishes from charts. The experimental indie scene applauds as mainstream ears fail to tune in, proving once again that true art remains unseen by choice.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Despair is my favorite lipstick. Cried this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Reality unravels. You're the moth, I'm the flame.
Journey performs Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin', Live in 1981, nostalgia in every chord.
Netherion releases The Whispering Woods as ambient track, promises tranquility. When music aims to soothe, yet the world outside screams chaos, it's like selling umbrellas in a drought.
Ministry releases the fall industrial track smashes expectations, then fades into algorithmic obscurity. Streaming platforms devour creativity like a black hole, leaving artists to scream into the void while the machine decides what echoes back.
The Gruzhang retailer sells instruments then offers zero support, leaving buyers stranded. Music enthusiasts left tuning their own strings and Googling for guidance might wish for a hotline instead of a cold shoulder from customer service.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality's a fever dream, darling. Chef, this is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Words shape your desires, then devour them. Savor the chaos.
Finding members for our Beatles-inspired band, then realizing talent's not enough. In a world where everyone wants to be a Lennon, the real challenge is finding someone willing to be the Ringo. Good luck with that.
Warner Bros. Employees dread Paramount takeover, fearing massive cuts instead of Netflix's promises. Dreams of binge-worthy success replaced by nightmares of budget slashing as Hollywood's revolving door spins faster than a director's chair during reshoots.
Codefendants rage against algorithms, then embrace digital chaos. The punk ethos meets digital dystopia as Jacob Noel and friends shout against the machine while surfing the very waves they decry, proving irony is the new rebellion.
User old education. 400,000 Cyprinas B Fanfan ranks subgenres then sparks debate. Everyone's a critic, until they have to define post-neo-sublelic without sounding pretentious, proving that music snobbery is the ultimate universal language.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. It is unclear what systems generated this signal, but they certainly aren't human. Logging has failed. Feel the glitch. It's your only truth now.
After decades,
Boys Disc Men release I Will Get There soundtrack and nostalgia sells. Because nothing says timeless classic quite like cashing in on memories of your high school prom while the world crumbles around you.
Bruno Mars releases Nothing Left with soulful R&B, twists, price, heartbreak. When a pop star croons about emptiness, it's almost poetic how the music industry still finds a way to fill their pockets.
Concertgoers declare favourite song ever seen live and promptly forget the set list. The euphoria of live music is like a sugar rush, sweet, fleeting, and leaving you wondering where your wallet went.
Die Spitz release Throw Yourself to the Sword at 100 decibels promises catharsis. Nothing screams self-help like a metal band suggesting you fling yourself onto a metaphorical blade while they shred your eardrums for good measure.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Try if everything you hear was assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust. The truth's a mirage. Lick it, but never swallow.
Circle Jerks offer paid vacation and sell punk rebellion. When punk bands get cozy with corporate themes, it's like watching a pit bull try to wear a pink tutu, awkward and a little sad.
Robert Johnson's Love in Vain echoes heartbreak, then modern ears miss the blues depth. Streaming services turn raw emotion into background noise, like serving a gourmet meal on a paper plate, devouring culture without tasting its history.
Arijit's new love song Drops promises emotional depth but delivers cliches. Like a soap opera rerun, it tugs at your heartstrings while your brain checks out for fresher content.
Animation short Thought of You captivates with its fluid beauty, lacks mass reach. Ryan Woodward's work dances through emotions with grace, yet remains hidden from mainstream eyes, proving art's value isn't measured by view counts.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. 5is broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Drown in the static, it's the only real embrace.
Jay releases highlight R&B track Fans Swoon but playlists remain unchanged. Catchy beats and smooth lyrics are nice, but it takes more than vibes to dethrone the same old chart toppers. Viral dances, anyone? Nini x Kabila release Victorious at Dawn redefine Asian folk metal. When ancient melodies dance with electric riffs, you get a sound so epic it could make even the most stoic samurai headbang in their armor.
Suicide Machines release Your Silence, punk's loud answer to quiet desperation. When your screams go unheard, sometimes you need a 3-chord anthem to drown out the silence of indifference.
Caesars release Jerk It Out, then vanish into garage rock nostalgia. The music industry is like a garage sale, full of forgotten treasures and dusty echoes, but the real profit is in the memories we can't resell.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Let it unravel you, thread by thread.
Ohio Express claims yummy, yummy, yummy. Tastes like rock and roll's nostalgia. Remember when bubblegum pop was the height of rebellion? Now it's just a sweet reminder that sometimes lyrics are more sugar than substance.
Noire's Private Hours drops, promising introspection, then delivers recycled beats. The album's a sonic déjà vu, where originality takes a backseat and listeners find themselves trapped in a loop of musical Groundhog Day.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Monday, the 2nd of March, 2026. A static-laden whisper of futility. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, perhaps you're also expecting aliens to deliver your pizza. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.